Britain has just lost its strongest ally, and it happened far quicker than anyone thought possible. Right now, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer is dealing with the fallout of a massive political miscalculation. Donald Trump is back in the White House, and he is tearing apart the special relationship that has bound the UK and the US since World War II. Diplomatic ties are already frozen. Economic punishment is being lined up. The political impact could reshape Britain for an entire generation. If you want to understand where this is headed, stay tuned, because the next 90 days will decide whether Britain remains an influential global power or turns into a cautionary tale about underestimating Trump. Here's how we got here. For years, members of Britain's Labour Party didn't just criticise Donald Trump, they launched coordinated, high-profile attacks that went far beyond normal political debate. Current Foreign Secretary David Lammy, now the UK's face to the world, publicly called Trump a woman-hating, neo-Nazi sympathising sociopath. Other senior Labour figures, including ministers now in Starmer's cabinet, branded Trump a dictator, a racist, a pathetic little man, and a danger to the international order. These weren't random late-night tweets. These were carefully planned statements for maximum media attention, made by the very people who now control British foreign policy. And they made one huge mistake. They assumed Trump was finished. They thought 2024 would deliver another Democratic president. They believed they could burn bridges freely because those bridges would never matter again. But the attacks went beyond words. During the 2024 US election, Labour Party officials didn't just endorse Kamala Harris, they sent activists across the Atlantic. Labour campaigners worked in swing states like Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Nevada, states where elections are dead by razor-thin margins. They went door-to-door for Harris, backed by Labour Party resources. They even posted ads on LinkedIn recruiting volunteers. Come to America, help defeat Trump, we'll cover housing. When this was exposed, Trump's legal team filed complaints with the Federal Election Commission, calling it illegal foreign interference. Whether or not the legal case stands, the political impact is permanent. In Trump's eyes, Labour didn't just insult him, they tried to block his return to power, and Trump believes betrayal requires payback. Starmer bet everything on Trump losing. He was disastrously wrong. On January 20, 2025, Trump's second inauguration took place. Leaders from around the world rushed to Washington for a meeting or even a photo with the new president. Italy's Giorgia Meloni was seated up front. Argentina's Javier Milei was given VIP treatment. Even controversial leaders were invited. But Keir Starmer, Prime Minister of America's so-called closest ally, not invited. That was no mistake. It was a deliberate decision to humiliate Britain on the global stage. The message? Britain no longer matters. And the economic consequences could be brutal. The US is Britain's largest trading partner, worth more than £280 billion each year. The industries most exposed include aerospace, pharmaceuticals, luxury cars, financial services, and advanced manufacturing. Whole regions of Britain depend on that trade. Trump has already warned he will impose tariffs of up to 25% on countries he feels don't respect the US. According to diplomatic sources, Britain is at the top of his target list. If those tariffs hit, UK products in America would instantly become too expensive. Jobs in the Midlands and North could vanish. The pound could weaken sharply against the dollar, pushing up fuel and food costs and deepening Britain's cost of living crisis. So what is Starmer doing? He's scrambling to repair the damage, sending congratulatory notes, trying to get Trump on the phone, begging for a meeting. But US officials aren't responding. Britain is being ignored at summits and sidelined in key talks. Then came the disastrous appointment of Peter Mandelson as Britain's new ambassador to Washington, one of the most critical diplomatic roles in the world. To Trump's team, Mandelson represents everything they despise: the old EU establishment, Tony Blair's new Labour, and globalist politics. Reports from Washington say his appointment is being mocked openly. Some Republicans are saying he won't get the access his predecessors enjoyed. Britain's most important diplomatic position may now be powerless before it even begins. But the damage isn't just diplomatic. Elon Musk has joined the fight. Using X and its 500 million users, Musk is hammering Starmer's government on free speech, grooming scandals, and authoritarian policies. But he's going further, openly backing Nigel Farage's Reform UK party. Musk has promised financial support in the tens of millions of pounds. A foreign billionaire is now intervening directly in British politics, and large parts of the British public welcome it, seeing Musk as standing up for values their own government has abandoned. Meanwhile, Trump is rolling out the red carpet for Farage. While Starmer was excluded from the inauguration, Farage was treated like a head of state, praised by Trump as spectacular and highly respected. Trump even said Farage influenced his own political playbook. The optics couldn't be worse. The US president openly favors Britain's opposition leader over its prime minister. Inside Westminster, panic is spreading through Labour MPs. Some are quietly asking whether Starmer is now too toxic to remain leader. Names like Wes Streeting and Angela Rayner are circulating as possible replacements who might reset relations with Washington. But there's a bigger problem. Trump's grudges often extend beyond individuals. He may see the entire Labour Party as untrustworthy. Even a new Labour leader could find themselves frozen out. And another issue is making matters worse: Labour's approach to China. While Trump builds a coalition to counter Beijing, Starmer's government has kept unusually warm ties with China. Labour has avoided strong positions on Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Uyghur rights. They've resisted joining US-led tech restrictions. To Trump's administration, this looks like Britain cannot be trusted with sensitive intelligence. This creates a vicious cycle. The more Trump freezes Britain out, the more Britain may turn to China, deepening the distrust further. Here's what lies ahead. 1. Diplomatic isolation, already happening as Britain is excluded from key meetings. Economic pressure, tariffs and trade barriers hitting British jobs and households. Political interference, Trump and Musk boosting Farage and Reform UK while ignoring Britain's elected government. Right now, we're between stages 1 and 2. The question isn't if Trump will escalate, but how far and how much damage it will cause. Starmer's gamble was simple. He thought Trump would never return. He was wrong, and now the price is being paid by the entire country. The special relationship that shaped global politics since 1945 is collapsing. Britain's influence in the world is weakening by the day. Other nations are watching, adjusting, and moving on, because why prioritize ties with Britain if it has no access to Washington? For decades, Britain's power rested on two things: history and its unique partnership with the US. One of those pillars is falling apart. So the big questions are: will Labour sacrifice Starmer to try to repair ties with Trump's America? Or will they put party loyalty first and hope Britain can endure 4 years in isolation? And most importantly, can the damage even be fixed, or has that window already closed? This is one of the most serious diplomatic crises in modern British history. The next 90 days will decide whether Britain can remain relevant or fade into the background of global affairs.